Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia, and I am with you with the area of Advanced Business and Financial Management, that is ABFM. So let's begin with the class today with another level of learning the process of management as well as the functions of management along with the principles. So let's move on and talk about these entire topics today. Today we'll be covering the area of functions of management along with the principles of management. So let's look at the MCQs. The first question says that which one of the following elements is odd with Weber's 6 major principles. When we talk about Weber, Max Weber believed in hierarchy. He believed in the bureaucratic system of the management there. That means bureaucracy was an important area to be looked forward according to him. So he believed in hierarchical structure, then unity of command, in-focused mission or technical qualifications. Among all these, one of them is not correct. When we talk about the one which is not correct, is the unity of command. The unity of command has been stated in the principles that are given by Henry Fayol. So that is as per Henry Fayol. That's what we can state. The unity of command is stated by Henry Fayol. Next question. All the following principles are included in directing, except all the principles are a part of the directing there, but what is not a part of it? Harmony of objectives, then unity of command, then coordination or follow-up. So when we talk about this, among the following which are included in directing. Under the term directing, which is included? Harmony of objectives, that means maintaining the objectives in such a way that whatever the objectives are, we are going along with that. The second one is unity of command, which says one organization, one superior, one subordinate, to have that relationship. Then the coordination, that means to have a sync with the other person, and then follow up, that means whatever we are dealing with, whatever you feel is correct or not, we'll be discussing that part as well. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer as per this is coordination. Coordination is known as the essence of management. This is not a function, as though when it was introduced, it was given by Henry Fayol that it's a function. But if you look forward towards it in detail now, it's not a function of management. It's basically the essence of management. Management cannot survive without coordination. We have to coordinate now. We started the classes. Now when we talk about the classes, what is going on in terms of the classes? How do you come to know about it? Just because you and I, we coordinate and we have our class at a specific point of time. So that's what we define as coordination. Next point, the flow of communication among the same level of people is known as upward communication, downward, horizontal or formal communication. Upward communication means if I am a junior, I will respond to my senior. Then downward means a superior. If I am a superior, I would be telling my junior. A junior will report and the senior will have an authority over the junior. Then downward and upward done. Horizontal means if I am a manager number 1 of a specific area, you are a manager number 2 of certain area, we both have a contact with each other. That is what we define as the horizontal communication. The last one is formal communication. Formal communication means the communication which is arising out of the need of an organizational structure. That means this is as per the organizational structure. Right? That is how we define as the formal communication. The correct answer, when two managers at the same level, means M1 is equal to M2. That is horizontal communication. Right? Next point, under Fayol's 14 principles of management, which one of the following factor is related with the esprit de corps? Esprit de corps is division of work, teamwork, personal ability or personal interest. When we talk about 14 principles of management, which would include 14 principles of management were discipline, order, centralization and decentralization, unity of command, unity of direction. Then we have esprit de corps. Then we have authority and responsibility. Then we have scalar chain, stability of tenure of a personnel. Then Then comes substitution of individual interest to general interest. So there are many of these. There are overall 14 of these. Among them is Esprit de Corps. Esprit de Corps talks about unity is strength. It talks about ekta mein bal hai, or unity is strength, which means we work together in order to achieve the goals of the organization. That is what they define as the teamwork. It's also called unity is strength. Right? Next is the heuristic techniques refer to the trial and error technique, group decision making technique, brainstorming technique, or critical problem solving technique. When we talk about the heuristic technique, it includes trial and error technique, group decision making technique, brainstorming technique, or the critical problem solving technique. The answer to heuristic approach or heuristic technique is it's a trial and error method. The methods that we use in order to find out whether we are going right or we are going wrong, then what the first thing that we'll be dealing with is the trial and error. That means first of all, we try various methods and then we would find out what can we do. That is trial and error. But over a period of time, they have moved towards the method study. That means you try different methods and you find out the best one and you apply the best one. That is heuristic technique. The heuristic technique is basically the problem-specific approach that employs a practical method and that often provides sufficient accuracy for the immediate goals. Next point, what is exactly directing, everyone? Directing is one of the functions of management, right? So if it's one among the functions of management, does it include it's a discrete process, a continuous process, a one-way, or a circular process? How do we define directing? Directing is basically a process which is discrete. That means it is it depends upon us when we want to do it and when we don't want to do it. It's a continuous process. It's a one-way process. That means I am going to answer you. I'm going to tell you what to do and what not to do. Or circular process. What would you call it? It's basically a continuous process. You can't stop telling people what to do and what not to do. In our country, if you stop telling people what to do, they'll stop doing the work altogether. There's nothing called automation in terms of the working. You have to keep on motivating people. Number one is you have to keep on supervising them, whatever they are doing. So one thing is supervision. Second thing is motivation. Third thing is leadership. And last thing is communication. Stop any of these for a moment and your organization would be badly hurt. So the point is we have SMLC, supervision, motivation, leadership, as well as communication, which keeps the organization alive in terms of their working. So the correct answer is SMLC. It's a continuous process. You cannot stop looking at people. You cannot stop motivating them. You cannot stop leading them. And at the same time, you cannot stop the communication. Every single day, whenever we are having a classes, the lectures are being communicated with the faculty. The lectures are being told towards the students or the bankers, whosoever are studying there. So it is basically a continuous process. The people who are working and the people with whom they are working, everybody is being communicated every single day. Along with that, there's a strong leadership requirement. Along with that, there's a motivation because everybody gets demotivated during their work. So that means everybody gets tired of whatever they are doing and then they really need to work upon that, isn't it? So that is what they look forward to. It's a continuous process. Then comes the scientific management is concerned with cooperation, not individualism, increased production through long experience, application of scientific principles to the management of production, or increased sales. Scientific management is concerned with, when we talk about the scientific management, it is basically a method which says that you need to look forward towards working not on the basis of heuristic technique. That means don't go for trial and error. Just go for the various studies that you would, various methods that you would like to study. Find the best one and then apply it. There shouldn't be such a situation where you have the management in a way that you are always looking forward to. Let's try this time. Let's try that time. That is not allowed. That is not a good way to work forward. That means in terms of this method, what they do is the scientific management is concerned with What exactly? It is concerned with application of scientific principles to the management of production. We will use all the scientific techniques. For example, standardization and simplification of work. Then we have work study. Then we have work study. The second one is basically fatigue study, motion study, method study. What is that? It is basically scientific management. It is going to be scientific management, right? The management which is based upon the scientific way of working rather than the random way of working in order to grow further. Which of the following was suggested by Fuel? Management by exception, unity of direction, delegation of authority, or centralization? Which one of the following was suggested by Fuel? What is it that Fuel suggested? MBE or unity of direction or delegation or centralization? All these three, the remaining three are based upon what we talk about is all given by this is given by Henry Fuel only. Unity of direction is a part of his working. Then in terms of the delegation is also a concept that he has given up. So there are multiple things that can be covered up in this. But when we talk about MBE, that is not given by him. I think this question requires a little change because when we talk about it, centralization and decentralization is a part of one of their principles. So since this is half, so we can remove it. At the same time, when we say delegation of authority, delegation is not a part of it, but authority and responsibilities. So if we go by the name, then the correct answer would be unity of direction. That means one organizational, one plan. Don't go for multiple plans for one organization. It is going to mess up the entire situation. They will not be able to grow in a proper way. So it would be one organization, one plan. That is unity of direction. Which one of the following examples is not included in the intangible premises of planning? Premises here does not mean the building area. It means the premises means anything that relates to the assumptions that we are making in order to apply our rules. So that is premises, everyone. So if we talk about the assumptions, is it public relations, employee morale, labor hours, or competitive strength? How do we define this? Which one of the following is not included in the intangible premises? Intangible means that we cannot touch. Which one of the following is not included? Public relations is a part of it because the better you have a public image, then it is better for you to grow further, isn't it? Then employee morale is important because if the employees do not have faith in you, for example, recently what has happened is Amazon has removed over 1,000 people of their organization. Along with that, Cisco has removed over 3,000 people from their jobs. There is a major layoff going on in the name of cutting down the people just because of recession, and multiple things are happening. That's another fact that we never know what is exactly happening in terms of a country, but major organizations are removing or laying off people. Do you think the people who are staying back, they'll be feeling nice about it? They would be losing their employee morale as well. They'll be losing it. Then, so that is what that can affect the mentality of a person. If the person who's just working along with me has been removed from their job, what is the reason? How do they look forward to it? So employee morale is important and it is an intangible asset for the organization. Competitive strength. See, if you are above your competitor, you're automatically better than many people there, isn't it? So in this case, the point is labor hours. Labor hours is basically counted area. It is basically based upon the cost. It has nothing to do with the intangible premises that we can take up. We cannot assume that this will be the number of hours that people are going to work. No, the working can vary upon the situations. It can also vary with the working that they are doing. So labor hours is a different scenario altogether. Which one of the following methods is included in their off-the-job training? There are two kinds of training, everyone. First is on the job and the second one is off the job. On the job training means the training which would include that while doing the job you are going to be trained. And when we talk about off-the-job training means the training which would include the training method which is basically which you are learning while not doing the job. You're not going to do the job right now. You'll be doing it on your own. So is it coaching, role playing, apprenticeship training, or vestibule training? Okay, so coaching is basically done while you are actually looking forward to the matches and everything else. So this is a real time one. Vestibule training is you work on machines which are similar to the job that you are doing. It's a pilot kind of machinery where you work on those machineries only because you are supposed to learn the work now. So you are going to learn the work through the vestibule training method. Apprenticeship is basically based upon the labor worker. For example, the what would it include? It would include yes, it would include our plumbers, electricians, and anybody who's working on our mechanics. Then these are all the people who are looking forward towards skilled job. They are into the skilled job, but they are skilled and semi-skilled ones. So there they are working upon those jobs and learning it. That's not a part of it at all. The last one is role playing. Under role playing, I put you into a situation that what if you are in this situation? What will you do in this situation? That is what they call as role playing, right? The correct answer is role playing because you do it, but you do not do it while doing the job. First of all, you take a pause, you have some kind of case studies in front of you, you are given a certain situation, and then you take that role and then you decide what you are supposed to do and what you are not supposed to do. On the basis of this work, you decide what would be your next step in terms of working. Okay, so this is it for the day, everyone. Preparing for the CAIIB and looking forward towards any of the classes. Then we are coming up with another batch starting from day after tomorrow. That is, sorry, it would be starting from 20th. So if you're preparing for the CAIIB, all you need to do is you need to check out our courses. How can we check out our courses? Let me show it where to go to prepare for the CAIIB examination. Let's look forward to it. You have to go towards the area of, click on the area of all courses, go down there. In the second area, you get the JAIIB and CAIIB. Under this, go on to the area of CAIIB 2023, where you will get the batch 3.0 coming up for starting from the January. That would include ABM, BFM, ABFM, as well as the BR, So all the things are coming up, 3 batches coming together. We have got our first batch already going on. The second batch has also started on Jan 2 and the third batch starting from January 20th. For further details, what you can do is you can also take up the CAIIB Kamaha pack. The difference between the batch as well as the CAIIB Kamaha pack is there you only get the classes. Here you get multiple things. You not only get the 500 hours of live classes, you also get the test series. Along with that, you get 380 videos plus 84 ebooks, and along with that, currently double validity is going on. That means if you're preparing for this examination, then why not take up the CAIIB Kamaha pack, where you're not only getting the classes but also the test series. Even with this, you also get the revision batches, whatever revision batches we are introducing, all the ebooks, numerical batches, case study batches, topic wise questions would be given to you. In-depth analysis is possible. So you can take up this particular pack, which would include everything that you will be looking forward for your CAIIB preparation, that too on double validity basis. That means if it is for 6 months, you'll get it for 12 months. So for 12 months, whatever we are coming up, not only in English medium, but also in the bilingual area, whatever we are coming up in these classes would be opened up for you under CAIIB Kamaha pack. So if you're preparing for CAIIB, this is the perfect time to look forward to it, as along with the double validity, you have also got a particular option of taking the discount of 81%. It would cost you 7199.20, where you will get the entire CAIIB, whatever we are coming up for the CAIIB examination under this area. So if you're preparing for this examination, then kindly hurry up, because the new batch is just about to start, and this is where you can look forward to our classes. So we'll be meeting in our classes, everyone. Thank you so much.